on a Mars day mixed with some Venus. Ooh, those are a great mix. Hey, when the two come together. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher. My hair is so beautiful. Shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi. Oh, let me fuck with these things. Guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. It's an early, burly morning. It's not actually cold at all. Maybe inside, not outside. Not here. In order to keep up with me, you would have seen what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Hey, dude, I told you God was going to make me take action. I sat there for about 30 minutes. I was like, nope. And what did I do? I called into work. Really? Yep, like I was supposed to do. And it's super funny because he's always telling you guys to quit a job, and I'm over here acting like it cannot be done. Like, there's not a button on my app to do it, so I'll just call off for today. Just for today. You know, we've been talking about a lot of shit, and I posted. I saw it just this morning on Instagram that Venus is going into Capricorn on the 24th, but that's like right now. I felt it yesterday. Really? Yeah. And I posted that. And I was like, oh, who wants to think long term, right? They're really trying to grow us up, aren't they? Little star seeds. They're going to be adults one day. One day, huh? Doesn't come with age. I'll tell you that much. All right. So I pulled these cards last night, and we have gone through this. Really? Yep. I had a financial secure mindset to where I could let go, be reborn, and temper my shit. Now, the point of letting go is not to jump into something new. So the last thing I'm going to do is turn around and go get a new job to fill up this job. Because really what I need this time for, to fill it up with God. That goes back to yesterday. We talked about devotion time and prayer and spending time in meditation so that you can get the right guidance instead of just keep going. You could do it your way, which is go, or you can stop and ask God which way you should go. And he is most likely going to point you in a very different direction than where the fuck you thought you was going. And then it's like, God's plan. It's like, I don't want to do it your way. His way is more challenging, looks impossible, very much of a feat to be had, but he's going to guide you through it. And it's one hell of an adventure. After doing all of these, like, for so long, I finally asked Kobe and fucking my spirit guides, I'm like, when is this ever going to end? Like, it never ends. Not exactly, but fucking Nipsey was like, the marathon continues. And they showed me this vision of how your life doesn't end until you have no more life to live. It doesn't mean that, you won't find a place to be happy at. But don't get too content and lose your life just being comfortable. Mm-hmm. So this morning, as I'm still having that mental battle that everybody does, it's like, I should just go to work. Then I'm talking to Red, and I tell him about the mental battle I have, and he tells me what my mind says. You should just keep the job. Now I know that all I'm thinking is mass conscious. I'm thinking like everybody else is thinking. You're thinking small, bitch. You need to think big. And I'm trying to tell him that God is telling me to leave it for. In some cases, he's not telling you what to leave this for. He just is telling you to leave it. And you're like, but you're not showing me anything better, so why should I give this up? But in my case, he's shown me better. Can I explain? Okay. The manifestation was to get a temporary job with Target for the holidays so that I could have Christmas. I have provided Christmas. He wants me to give up the job. The long-term plan was also with that money, I was going to get a computer, right? So I needed more money than what I, anticipated. I was going to get a computer and I was going to research how to do a remote job. I was like, guys, if I get the computer before, before the end of the year, I could get the job. And then, none of this matters for when I move into my next house. And it opens all kinds of doorways if I'm not limited to a location of where I work, but I could work anywhere remotely. All right. That was the whole plan before I got this fucking job. Then I got the job and I got a little sidetracked. And I want to point out during this time, God has provided me with a computer that's currently sitting underneath the altar. They keep looking for it. They don't know where it is. It's literally right under the altar sitting on my shit. And all I have to do is start the process. And there's, for those that know and they keep telling me, but those that of us that don't know, there's hella jobs that you can do remotely. I signed myself up to do some refresher courses, computer courses, to keep myself, you know what I mean, up to date with the technology that I will be, the software and shit that I will be using, because I don't remember. I lost that with all the memories too. I just need a refresher, you know what I mean? A Billy Madison kind of refresher. Give me 2 weeks. I got this. Really? Something like that. But God has a plan. And the plan is to let this go and spend some time with me so we can fine tune this plan. Another thing that happened, it was like, well, what happened with your housing? Oh, bro. And it was really funny. And I was like, there was really only one downside to it. And it was like, what was that? I was like, it was right off Kofax. He said, no, it's a no. I was like, I get that, right? That was my fear too. That was totally my fear too. But that wasn't real. I could get past that, but the whole thing didn't feel right. I was like, God wanted me to think bigger. He wanted me to get a 4-bedroom. He's like, what for? I was like, because I'm going to get pregnant and have a baby. He said, where's this coming from? I said, God, bro. It sounds crazy, but I had a horrifying fucking experience and I gave up on myself, and I'm at a place where God wants me to think bigger. I'm in a position where I can open the doors to bigger. It'll be harder for me to get a, you know what I mean? For me to move into a 3-bedroom and then let this fucking play out. And now we got to move our whole family into a 4-bedroom. It's like, he's like, that's one thing you do got going for you. Your housing is set. I was like, it's set. I was like, and he's got a job sitting upstairs for me. I just need to sit here as I'm looking over at Target. I can see Target from my fucking parking lot. I'm like, all I got to do is quit this fucking job. I was like, the fucking enemy is right there, and I have my victory upstairs, but I just got to do it. It's just a mindset, bro. And even he was like, nah, you should hold on to the job. Yeah, but then I'm going to give up my whole day, and my kids need me today. You know what I mean? In essence, I didn't do all this shopping and this and that, and I still haven't wrapped no presents. That job isn't going to do that. And that's where this whole thing I was trying to explain last night. The financial security is being secure in God, knowing that God's got finances for you. He's going to finance this shit. And when I started this shit, I swear I didn't see that, like, really. But he has shown faithfully for 3 years that he's paying the bills. You'll never catch me asking for a fucking donation or nothing. I am obligated to put that tag in each of my videos that shows my Cash App, but you don't hear me saying none of that shit. And that's what pisses these dudes off. I'm not asking nobody to do nothing for me. I'm relying on God and showing you that it's safe to do so in such adventurous. That's not the word, God. It's devastating ways. It's like you're supposed to faith harder, bro. Faith harder. And it's not like I don't know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. He's got it right here. He said, but he doesn't, at that time, it's like, all right, if I quit this job, the mindset is you better replace that. You better get back on that. You better keep the money flowing. You better get to work. And that's not what it is. I'm not giving it up to just get back to work. I'm giving it up to get back to God. And then so that God can guide me to the right work I need to do next. Because it's not the only area of my life that needs help. My finances are secure in the fact that I have the ability to, that's just manifestations, create something out of nothing. And that's where this is. I didn't even have a computer. I have it all here. It's in God's got the whole world in my hands, and all I got to do is walk away. And that's what I was telling him. I was like, I got to lead by example, but, being the example is, look at me. And it's not easy. And that's where I'm not Tony Robinson with a smile on my face. I'm bitching and moaning and groaning and telling you how painful it is inside of the body to make these fucking decisions. I'm sitting there with a joint and I'm like, dude, you can do this. Just quit the job. Quit the job. I have every reason in my heart and every reason in my reality. And I'm sitting there watching the sun come up over Target and I'm like, it's not that hard. It's just going against pride, bro. Just being weak for fucking 2 seconds makes you completely free. I just want to show you. I keep telling you guys to quit jobs. This is not going to be the first job I quit, but it feels like it gets harder every fucking time. Really? Yeah, the last one I did pretty gracefully. It was pretty awesome, bro. I no called, no showed that bitch. And I showed that bitch. I texted her. I was like, well, you thought the job could be done, you know? And it was a long story. What happened? This trainer bitch was supposed to train me, and she just left me there overnight by myself one night, and I freaked out. And so I fucking told management I needed better training before he could do some shit like that to me, and that she was unprofessional. So they scheduled that bitch next week to come train me. And I didn't show up, and I left her there overnight to fucking do the shift. And I texted her and told her to fuck herself too while I did it. This one's a little bit more difficult because I like these people and I like this store, and I don't want to just burn bridges. I'm really great at burning a bridge when I'm ready for it. I'm going to set that motherfucker on fire, and I'm going to call everyone to watch this shit burn. Really? Oh, I'm so rebellious like that. Oh, that's why God brought Lilith and Lucifer, to teach you guys how to go against the rules, dude. How to be rebellious and fucking walk away. Not against him, but against the things of man. You needed to know that the things of man were fucking useless, and you're more powerful than this. I mean, of course you're going to be tempted by us like we are. So great to do all the terrible things that men do, but we have to be righteous and shit this time. It's like, but realistically, I just want to show you he's got a plan. I don't know what you're planning to do with your life, but it's God's plan. You can go and do what you want, and that's not against it. He's going to let you get the experience and the wisdom. He's not going to let you stay in it too long. He's not going to let it kill you. That doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. He'll let you stay in that badass relationship for as long as you can handle it. He's going to keep trying to get you out of it, but endurance is key, right, Kobe Bryant? God is trying to pull Lewis out of his shit-ass job, but if he can't change his mind, then that's where he is. Really? Yeah. So I already did all this. Did you do all this? Did you handle the business first thing in the morning? Okay, well, if you didn't catch my video last night and handle your business, we're moving on to new business. What shall we do today, God? Just for fun, we'll pull out new cards just to make it a new show. He's going to show us today. I see which card you're talking about, God. I got you. All right, let's go with the crows. Where we at? 9 of Swords. Oh, you're worried? God. Hey, Wolfman, I saw an image of me gifting you either these cards or some new ones. These some dark motherfuckers. These is just so your energy, bro. But you need someone to give you some new cards. You need a new gift. Those are all you've had, and it might be hard to part with, but you're not going to leave them. You're just going to incorporate more. Had this vision. I have a lot of visions. Really, yeah, he needs more cards. He needs more understanding. He doesn't, I don't know. He could buy himself more, but it'll mean more if it comes from the outside. All right, 9 of Swords. All the horrors you face in this land, the most overwhelming are those that take shape in your mind. Bro, we're so in the fucking realms of the fucking mental. What is that? It's literally just the fucking 3D. If you can break through this, you get into the 4D, which we can start talking about spirit guides and stuff. But right now, we're stuck in the thoughts. We went from the 8 of the Swords to the 9. It's all in your mind. All right. What is this? Pitiless wings, the color of the void, unfold before you. The shrill cry penetrates your bones. The demon in your dreams, your own demons, rob you of sleep. Keywords: fear, obsession, insomnia. Here's the obsession card, Wolfman. That makes sense. The 9 of Swords as an obsession makes way more sense than the devil, because you're obsessing about your worries and your problems. Insomnia, fears. I mean, I slept pretty well. I'm facing my fears. Oh, it's oppression, not obsession. Sorry. Well, that would be the same thing, though. Don't you think? The 9 of Swords is all about worry. What are you worried about? Probably your financials and probably your home, probably everything. Red said that he loses his job next on the page 55, which is accelerated growth and let go. He loses his job on the 31st. He's got to make some decisions. He said, I'm giving myself till Christmas to make my mind up. Ha! Good luck. I was like, God waits till the last minute. You can't force your mind to do what you want it to, but you can hear it out. You can't. I can't force it any faster than you can. You have to hear it out. You have to let it come to a unified decision. If you just jump on a decision, that's just being forceful. If your mind is unsure, then you have to bring reassurance to the mind, which is what? Just nurturing. You're going back and forth about something, right? Same as all of us are. Do I go to work? Do I not go to work? Do I call this person? Do I not call this person? Do I face this? Do I not face this? You have to keep giving yourself reassurance of why you're even in this battle. Why am I battling this? Why is this so hard for me to make a decision? Because you're being asked to do something that you don't want to do. Just face that. I don't want to fucking do this. Ask yourself why you don't want to do it. And if it's something like fucking fear, you're afraid of what will happen, then you know that you're being a pussy. I don't mean to be ugly, but that's how we look at it. If I know that I'm just being scared, then I gotta do this. Fear is no reason to stop us. It's just a feeling of the unknown. It's like, go knock on that door. I'm not knocking on that door. I don't know who lives there. You don't. It's just a simplistic fear of what's behind the door. I'm serious. Go ask that person something. Hell no, I don't know that person. You become scared. You could go. Nothing's stopping you but your own fucking fear. So you have to hear it out. Like, just realize, why don't I want to do this? Because I'm afraid. Now listen to your fears and reassure yourself that that's not going to happen, or understand why you believe it could happen. And that's where you give yourself the mindset that, and so that's what I had to do this morning. Quit your job. I don't want to. I don't want to. Why? I'm afraid of what? And that's where the reassurance comes in. And it's like, you have your computer, you have money, you have this, you have God. Stop being afraid. You can't force your child to, until you do it. And that's it. Even as I'm sitting there and I know I got to do it, I'm still afraid. Then it's over. And it's like, see, how long do you stay afraid? It becomes immobilizing. And that's where you have to talk through your thoughts. The Nine of Swords is just scary. You're scaring yourself with the unknown. It's just, you don't know. Fuck around and find out. And that's, again, why God brought Lilith and Lucifer here, to teach you not to be so restricted to what, you know what I mean? I mean, you have to be okay with not knowing. That's the whole point of this. Do not rely on your own knowing. I mean, you're logical in thinking that this is what happens, but when you bring God and magic and universe into what could happen, something else happens. Nothing bad's gonna happen, bro. It just might not feel good. Really? Yeah. So take action on a Tuesday and do what you're most scared of if you can. And that's it. What was I most scared of? I want to call into work. Well, now it's done and I can move on with my day. What are you going to do? I have lots. Now my mind's filled it up with all kinds of other shit. It's like, that's the mind. It'll jump to the next thing. Oh, okay, fine. Then, snow day. Okay, well, then we're going to do this. Shit, chill out, bro. Just chill. That's where you got to sit with the mind. So that's where we're at. I should read you the Nine of Swords out of this card. Where are we at the bottom? The Sun. Damn. Truth be told, with justice. Oh, my God. What's underneath that? Hidden things, new beginnings, and a Knight of Wands. Adventure. Oh, my God. It just gets better, bro. Just go through the mindset, bro. Just get through the hard stuff and take action. Balance. I put these cards up and didn't put this card back. Well, let's talk about the thing you got to face first. The first thing you got to do is watch yesterday's video and get your mind right about money and stop stressing it. Just trust God. Have that conversation. And then the Nine of Swords is probably the same shit. Temperance. Yep. Swords. Beginning of the journey is through your mind. See? Told you, it's a shit-ass card. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, inner anguish, and sometimes called the Dark Night of the Soul. Welcome. I told you yesterday. It's Friday. What is it? It's Venus, bro. It's your heart. You think the heart is filled with all kinds of love, but the love it's trying to give you is the love you don't want. Same as me, I suppose. And God. Really, it's trying to show you love for yourself. And that's what I told Red. He's like, I was like, I know I ain't even got no boyfriend or nothing. It's like, but I'm giving myself a chance to believe. And if I believe it, it'll be. It's like you got to give yourself a chance. It's all about giving yourself a chance, not giving up on yourself. It's not about giving someone else a chance. It's giving yourself a chance, bro. The dark night of the soul is going through the darkest parts of you that are standing in front of your ability to give yourself a chance to be loved or happy again. It's like, what did you do all this for? Because God said that if I did this, I could have a better experience than my last experience. When Bobby came back, it had been 5 years. I realized I'd been celibate and hadn't talked to another man since him. No interest whatsoever. He piqued my interest to where I wanted to give myself another chance. The alternative is to be like Eminem and have one failed marriage and never do it again and just live in the memories of this terribleness and use that fear to never get close to another human being again, which I was doing quite well. And then I decided to give myself a chance and work through all of the things that were holding me back from being close to another person, which are nothing more than memories and fears of what had happened. It's been a long journey to believe in this bullshit. And it's not fairy tale that to believe that God wants you to be with someone and he wants you to be happy, but it's you that's standing in the way of it. You have to change your perception in order to have a happy relationship with another person. And he doesn't want you to end unhappy. He doesn't want your bad relationships to be the end of you. So, despite even being Lilith, you can look at me as a human being where God says, I want happiness for you. And this is going to take a lot of work, but you need to work on this. It's been a long ride, and he gave me lots of people to work with. My twin flames, people that I, by spirit love, and that love pushed me to lengths of facing fears and memories and experiences that were holding me back. It's called the dark night of the soul. The parts of you don't want to face, the memories, the dark parts that are hidden in your soul from your soul's experience here. My mind was washed clean. All it remembers is the bad things. That's all I'm left with. And they'll haunt me if I don't face them. I don't even know what they are until I do the work to find this terrible memory that's standing in front of me making my current move. I could tell you why I don't quit jobs. I can tell you now why I have these things that stand in my way, and it's because of what happened to me before. I can fix these things with faith in God, but not really myself or anybody else. The dark night of the soul is necessary. It's the way to find your way back to God, but you have to face the darkness of your own mind and what's inside of you. They call it an ego death, and some people say it happens once or twice. But you don't reach your soul by just going, sticking your fucking nose in your own business. You reach your soul by ripping out your whole fucking everything and pouring it all out. And that's called serious soul searching. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one weekend. You can spend every night and every weekend like me doing it and always discovering more about your soul. You understand your conscious, which is your mind and the way you think, but you really understand what your soul is trying to tell you. And your soul is connected to God, so it's just you, God speaking through you, to you, guiding you. And your mind is just completely opposed to the whole conversation. And it's not really part of it. This happens internally, and you have to bring this conversation to your mind and bring your mind into the understanding of what your soul is trying to get you to do. It made no sense why God wanted me to give up my house until I left it and looked back at it and realized that it was just a fucking torture chamber for me. I hated that home. I stood on the porch just as I do everywhere I go. I just sit outside of it. It wasn't my home. It was a home I created for my children. I didn't realize that until I was pulled out of it. I didn't realize that the people in the fucking, you know what I mean, in the music industry were not my friends until God pulled me out of it. I didn't realize that my family were not my family until God pulled me out of it. I went kicking and screaming. I didn't understand, and I was crying the whole way as I was walking away from such things. But it was my soul that was guiding my very unknowing mind and weak mind through this. I got the understanding later. The understanding comes later. You just have to do what your heart says with no understanding, and you will cry, and you will hate it, and you will not understand it. But your heart will be telling you the whole time why you do it, and you just got to keep trusting it. Just like this morning, it's like, dude, my mind, you think it would just give in by now. It won't. It's relentless. It's a mindset. It's set on one thing and one thing only, and trying to give it to get into your heart. It's like, just give up the job. Just give up the boyfriend. Give up the blanket. Remember that one? I'm just sitting there crying, you guys. I have no room in my car to take this blanket. God has literally given me a brand new king size fucking beautiful fucking bedding. And I'm sitting there and I have my old beat up blanket from my house, you know what I mean, that I had, my first blanket I bought from my bedding in my first apartment, and I don't want to give it up. And I'm crying, bro. Please don't make me give up this blanket. It's like, I've got something. You have a brand new one. You don't need this. I'm trying to explain to you how hard this is and what it's going to look like, and that you're not a kid for doing it, but you're fighting your inner child by doing this shit. Your thoughts revolve in fruitless circles and are tormented by fears of all kind. And that's it. What do? Give in and go to work so that I have to fight the same battle tomorrow? Confirmation. You know what I mean? Giving into the mind isn't winning. And that's giving into temptation, bro. It's your mind that makes you think you got to do such things, or that won't let you walk away from such things. It's a fucking addiction. You may be plagued by nightmares and evil premonitions. This stems from being diagnosed with a serious illness, experiencing the death of a loved one, financial difficulties, job loss, or other stresses, real and imaginary. Meaning you have real stresses, but they're causing imaginary anxiety, like they're being blown out of proportion. Again, I stand on this. If there was an obsession card, this would make sense that it would be the Nine of Swords. You're obsessing. Your mental state is magnified and things are all out of proportion, running various pessimistic scenarios, meaning you only see the bad that can happen. As I've seen Bobby. He looks at me and all he can see is the bad things that'll happen if he comes near me. He doesn't see anything good. He can only see what he'll lose. And I've already tried to walk him through that. It's like, that's not going to happen. That's what he sees. He can't see past that. And that's just the rest of you. You can't see past if you quit this job. All you can see is you're going to run out of money. I can't put God in your vision. He comes to you when you get the fuck out of your way. You can run from the exterior threat, but you can't run away from yourself. Don't let fear immobilize you. And that's where it is like you literally can't move. You're like so scared, you don't know what to do. You know you can't go forward, but you can't go the way that you're being called, which is God's way. Do your fears relate to something that might happen or something that already has happened that you worry will not change? Meaning, if I do this, this always happens. Every time I do this, this happens. That could be a pattern. And now you're persecuting yourself for your patterns and not understanding why this is your pattern. Or you're just not giving it a chance to be different. One thing, and that's Marshall, you know what I mean? He had one fucking relationship, bro. It's like, no, but last time. You don't have enough experience. There's not enough data. You don't know enough women to judge women, bitch. God, did that hurt? And that's equally the same to me. Just because I've had some fucked up fuck toys that I married doesn't mean I know what all men are like. And every time a man shows a typical man behavior doesn't mean he's that man. I'm just as fucking guilty. Mirror on the wall. See, I can't project at them because all I'm doing is yelling at myself. The things that are wrong with them are the things that are wrong with all of us. It's like, why are we persecuting each other for fucking being fucking shitty people? Let's just realize that we gotta be better. Stop seeing problems that don't actually exist and make a plan of action to deal with the ones that do. They may not be as bad as you think, and the mental torture is certainly worse than any real physical pain or loss. And that's it. How long was I going to sit out there and bother myself with this? I was actually up since 4:30, so I've been really thinking about it for a long time, to be honest. Not fully, but it's like every 30 minutes, it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Until I finally did it about 15 minutes ago. It's like I could have done it the moment I woke up. I could have done it yesterday. It's just I wanted to put myself through the torture and see if my mind would win. What was I going to win when God was just trying to give me the right way? You guys wish you could take today off. You wish you could just not go to work. You're going to have to fight the same battles as me to have that freedom. If thoughts or intentions set out into the universe, you may be attracting the very thing you fear. When such thoughts surface, tell yourself stop and send out a positive intention. And that's it. Your mind is creating. The universe is listening to your quiet thoughts, and it creates off of that. They're prayers, silent fucking prayers, bro. You can use your words to fine tune it, but it comes from your thoughts. We're still teaching you that how your world manifests outside of you from inside. And when you see yourself tripping, dude, you got to say, all right, enough. Stop. Enough. That's not going to happen. You have to talk over your thoughts. Your brain is going, and then it hears a voice, which is yours, that says stop. If it doesn't hear someone to say stop, it's not going to stop. It'll keep going and going. You have to stop it. Not by drugs, not by alcohol, not by distractions. By reassurance, by nurturing it. Speak to your mind. It's those experiences that are most difficult in testing and are the ones that make us grow the most. Loss of possessions may result in a freedom of burdens, and things are just things after all. Illness, even debilitating or terminal illness, can lead to self-discovery and new perspectives, and a closeness with the divine and acceptance. It all depends on your approach and mental attitude. It is your choice. Reverse meaning, you're overwhelmed by fears and inner demons. You have lost all sense of proportion. But the reality of your situation is not as bad as you think. Most of your problems are self-inflicted. You have an opportunity to begin to climb out of this pit of despair, and help is there for you if you ask. You need a fresh perspective, and this may involve talking to or listening to an honest friend, therapist, or doctor. When I see signs of this, when it gets real bad like this, I offer my help. I put it in my last video, and I'll put it in this one as well. You can send me an email. I don't charge to help you. High Priestess Phoenix, the number 6 at Gmail. What do you want? You just need someone to talk to. Just tell me what you're thinking, and I'll teach you how to think differently. I'll give you some peace of mind. You can either take it, or you can just sit there and try to fucking work it out through your own mind. I don't know. I'm just offering. I don't care. I do, because nobody wants to lose their mind, getting all fucked up, and end up taking your life out because you can't see a way out of your current circumstances. But there's people that have been where you are, and I promise you, you're not where you can't recover. There's recovery from wherever you are. You're not in the deepest, darkest hole, wherever you feel like you are, but you're not. You're probably like one of 5 people on my page right now. Realistically, yeah, but you just need somebody to tell you that you are not alone. You can listen to some Michael Jackson. That'll make you feel better. Always did for me. But you just need someone to give you a different perspective, and I can give that to you at no cost at all. What's it going to take? Some pride. You're going to have to let someone in to let them love you. You're going to have to let someone know you're hurting, that you're struggling with your fucking thoughts. Well, congratulations, you're human. I do it too. I'm a master at this because you know what I mean? What makes me a master is mastering my own mind. I can't master yours. I can just help, plant the seeds and encourage you. I'm not a mastermind. I master my own mind. And that makes me a master manifester because I can send my intentions in the positive way instead of letting all these negative thoughts hold me back. But it doesn't mean that I'm sitting there all fucking high on mushrooms, smiling all the time. I'm looking at my shitty life and my fucking Holy Spirits are making jokes that make me laugh through it. But it's just shit. I can get down about it or I can get up on it. Get down on it. See what I mean? The sun. It's even in the light, it's not a bad thing. Justice came afterwards. Oh, I saw it. Justice is just balance, bro. God's trying to work shit out, and that's that temperance. The high priestess is something being you're not really seeing. That means it's something that's beyond your seeing. That's all that means. As the high priestess, I see what you don't. That's all that means. The sun is the light that comes after the dark, signifying a positive outcome after struggles. Things may not have been as bad as you feared, and the phantasmas and fears of the night melt away by the dawn. How do you stop this? Take action on a Mars day. Make it stop. Nobody's going to stop it. I heard Red say it earlier. He's like, I'm waiting for God to make my decision for me. That's not how he works. He gives you free will choice. He shows you what he wants you to do, but he leaves the choice up to you. And no matter what choice you make, he's there with you. And if he wants you to go down that road, he'll bring you right back to it. The sun is a kind of rebirth and assures you that the dark days are over. When the sun comes out, and he brings hope, success, passion, enthusiasm, confidence, youthful energy, health, and abundance. This is your day in the sun. It's time for fun. Yesterday was so beautiful, but I was so mentally and physically exhausted. Even Jude said it, or B said it. She's like, it's so pretty out. I was like, it's so pretty. But all I want to do is lay down. I've been mentally fighting myself and emotionally. I'm going through a lot internally. Realistically, yeah, I'm going through, you know what I mean, detachment or whatever the fucking chaos that Bobby's putting me through. He's pushed me over to dealing with chaos with fucking Wolfman. Fucking, you know what I mean? It's just chaos. Everything is chaos. It's like, I thought we left 10 days of chaos. No, we've got 10 days of battles now. We were preparing you for the battles. It's exactly what it says in my Dark Night of the Soul book. Seriously, you have Maeve, who prepares you for battle, and then you have Morgan that takes you into battle. And then after that, you got Khalik that teaches you to persevere through all the hard times. I think there's a Ceridwen that comes in as the pinnacles that teaches you to have hope in the light. But it's like you signed up for war. It's that Transformer movie. You signed up for this. I know, I just want to go home. How do I get kicked out? How do I go back to where I came from? There's no going back. It's a one-way ticket into God's kingdom. That's what I was telling Wolfman. Do you know what happens? You're at the fucking... All it takes is the Dark Night of the Soul. Once you go in there, bro, there's no coming out. You're going to meet every fucking demon and thing you've ever prayed to. You're going to meet your own demons. God's in there. Jesus. Michael Jackson. Do you have a fear of Michael Jackson? Sorry. I hope this documentary changes your view on him, not just the hearsay. You actually should have, it's not a man. He was a spirit. He was a Holy Spirit, bro. Sorry. I'm like, everything scary is in there. And Michael Jackson. I'm hilarious. Move on with my life, shall we? All right. The hardships that you've endured have given you new insight. Things that were obscured become clear, and everything falls into place. While the moon's gift was inspiration, that's what we had yesterday. We were in the fucking moon. I told you. And then we go into some fucking Mercury tomorrow. While the moon's gift was inspiration from the unconscious, the sun symbolizes the conscious mind prevailing over fears and illusion. That means you make a decision and you act in it. Clarity of intellect, philosophy, and science. Well, logically speaking, you don't need this job. How long do I need to convince the mind? Gosh, it takes forever to convince the mind to do what I want it to do. Why? Because I don't want to do it. That's where you have to understand. I really want to get married and have a baby, but I really don't want to do this. Why can't you understand the conscious versus the unconscious? Why doesn't the conscious want to? It has fears. The unconscious has no fears. It's fearless. This is going to be great. The conscious mind, I don't want to do that. That's not going to be so good. I don't want to quit my job. This isn't good. I don't want to do this. That's just knowing it. I hate dragging around a mind. At least half of mine is turned off. Turned down for what? Because it won't shut up. So we shut that bitch up as much as we can. Well, the moon requires passive surrender, and that's it. Yesterday, I had to surrender and just do what it said. The sun is active, becoming its radiant energy into the world. A flash of enlightenment brings about transformation. That's what I said. He's going to show us today what we got to do, and then tomorrow we're going to have to take action in it. That's what I was like, oh God, the sun is raising. I've got to do this. This is a higher level of conscious that enables you to see things from beyond your individual awareness. It is the light in your soul that connects you to the soul light of all other beings. It brings the realization that life is not mundane drudgery, but spiritual and eternal. The energy of the sun is within your soul, ever present, wanting to shine. And that's your sun, your sun sign. What are you? I am a Sagittarius. I am up for the adventure. Reverse meaning. The sun reverse is still a positive card, but there's some clouds appear in the sky. It suggests that a simple happy time such as a holiday, but also suggests that there are some niggling worries in the background. It is the holiday, right? The light is not as bright as it could be, but maybe you are feeling that you are in someone's shadow, or perhaps you lost some of your enthusiasm and joy for life. On page 1, New Beginnings, 69, which is balance. Sorry, not a visual. That's not the visual I expected for breakfast, but okay. Let's talk about judgment. It ends in judgment, justice, whatever. What is this? Natural law, bro. The natural laws of the universe, which are immutable. They cannot be. Uh-oh, somebody's in my ear. There's a huge frequency going through my ear that's foreign. Hold on. Just kind of seeing how long it lasts. That's foreign. That's a foreign frequency. That's not one of my typical. Okay. They cannot be appealed against or set aside. Trying to resist them will only create suffering. It's God's plan. You can't go really against it. Some of them you have free will. Some of you do not. That's fortuna. That's fate. I can't go against fate. We only have so much ability to run wild on this little playground. There's limitations to what we can and can't do. Really? I mean, I try to tell you that we're limitless, but the limits are put on on the world that we live in, and that's by God. He had to put some limits on what we can and can't do. Like, I can't fly this time. It's going to take me a long time. And what's standing in my way? My mind. I'm not going to grow wings. I can still fly, but it's going to take a long time to get the mind to think past that I can't. Shit like that. It's like he put limitations. Where? In the mind. The Justice card appears at the halfway point of the major arcana and reflects the fact that the universe maintains a perfect balance. Every action has a reaction. This can express as karmic law and can state that all deeds, whether good or evil, carry the seeds of their own justice. Okay. We can call it something nice and fluffy, say my unhealed ways, right? These guys are my karmic twin flames, and they're here to teach me about my unhealed ways. Bullshit. They're here to remind me that I'm a shit-ass person, and they're here to teach me the lesson about what happens when you're a shit-ass person. My whole life is karma for the shit-ass things I did in all my lives before. I'm not a victim of this fucking life. I'm paying my debts for the fucking shit person I was. Every fucking bit of it. God will not give me back my sexuality because I used it against men. He won't give it back unless I'm giving it in love. He won't give me back my powers unless I do it in love and not just as power, success, fame, and fortune upon others. I'm not Jesus. There's a reason they called me the devil. I took life. I did whatever I wanted. I was God's darkest creation. Lucifer just fell to the idea of the darkness and brought them all down. I showed him how to be real dark. I'm not the light. It's my service back into the light. Actually, it's not even like I care. Like, I don't even try to it's not even necessary. But it's the karma, bro. I've always been here as servants to mankind because I didn't want to be one. I had to serve them for all existence, for denying my fucking ability to, you know what I mean? For not being one, I had to be a servant to them for the rest of my fucking existence. I'm just saying it, bro. Like, it's justice. It's just playing out. And that's what it is. How's it feel, Lilith? You're my karma, bro. I'm going to pay through you for what I did in past lives. Isn't that lovely? Karma does not apportionate blame. Illness, for example, it's not a retribution for sin, but simply means that your past thoughts and actions are shaping your present, and you will reap the consequences of your present thoughts and actions in the future. That's why I don't create any new karma. I'm just cleaning up old karma. One of the earliest lessons the fool learned is that you attract whatever you focus on. If you focus on illness, you will attract that illness. Okay, I'm seeing, I went to go look at NF'd because he popped up in my video, and I saw Bridge Fit, and she's like, we were exposed to some kind of I don't know, some fucking virus. So she did all precautions not to get sick with the anticipation she's going to get sick. Why'd you do all that? Again, I told him a long time ago, she's a hypochondriac, and that's what keeps your family unhealthy. She's always worried about getting sick. So by that thought, she's keeping your family sick. She thinks she's keeping you healthy, but it's her fear of being sick that's keeping you sick. Really? For a very healthy family, they get fucking colds and sicknesses more than any of us. They're all they do nothing but vitamins and proteins and all of this healthy shit. But her and her fucking 2 sick kids are always sick. Does this have to do with a genetic fucking imbalance that you have that you don't, and you're afraid, like you have low white blood count or something? You're trying to compensate. You're trying to project your fears onto your family. And by doing so, you're making your family suffer. She's like, you know what I mean? Like her daughter threw up. Kids do that, especially around fucking Christmas. Are you letting them eat candy for breakfast like a good mother should? Oh no, they're having fucking, what is it? Potato cakes with, homemade potato cakes with fucking, what did you make? Fucking carrot fucking bullshit and shit. Shut up, bitch. Trying to give them a healthy lifestyle from a place of fear because you want them to be healthy because you're not. Fucking health freak, trying to put that on other people. You want people to be healthy like you, but you don't see that your family is unhealthy. You guys are sick every couple of weeks. Do you not wash your hands? Is that what it is? You don't bubble wrap your kids? Why are you so sick all the time? If you take all those vitamins and all that shit and you pour that shit into them, how come you guys are sick? Like illnesses all the time. My kids are never sick. We live outside. What the fuck is your problem, bro? It's your way of thinking. Sorry, I had to just get down with the sickness. If you focus on illness, you will attract illness. If you fret about being poor, you're going to go poor. If you give out negativity, you will get negativity in return. If you live abundance, you will attract abundance. And that's what it is. I'm always giving out love, so I'm always getting love. If I shift my energy and I start putting out hate, I'm going to get the hate. Nobody could hate me as much as I hate you, though. So let's just put that. And as much love as I give or I get, I can still give more love than I ever received. Just know that. What you think you will become. This tells us about the importance of the purest of motives and thoughts. And that's it. If you're sitting there, oh, I'm going to get sick, you better say, no, I'm not. You heard yourself say you are. You're planning to get sick. No, I'm fine. I didn't mean that. And that's where you tell the universe, no, that just came out of my mouth. I didn't mean that. I'm not going to get sick. I'm not 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 sick. And that's where it is. You keep saying, oh, we're going to get sick. We're going to get sick. Bitch, you're going to get sick. Maybe not now, but when you least expect it, you said to the universe, I'm getting sick. That message might take a while for them to get there. Like, oh, you're getting sick, give her sickness. She wants sickness. And that's what it goes down to. If I sit there, Bobby's going to run from me. Bobby's going to run from me. Bobby's going to run from me. Bobby's running from me, bro. He's going to catch that and he's going to run. You do it to people. You do it to everything. You're putting your thoughts out there on things. You just don't expect that it has that immediate effect. It's not always immediate. And then I heard this. Remember that one time that you said that? It's like you said something a long time ago, bro, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. You put that thought. And that's where it is. It's like I shared it the other day. I was like, all I got to do is think it and we're in trouble. And I can't, sometimes I put my heart into it and it's like, oh, fuck, I know that's going to happen. Don't think that way. Stop thinking. Really? I promise you. At my level, it's immediate. Got to keep it clear, bro. Keep it clear. And it's not that crazy thoughts don't pop in. It's that you tell yourself to stop thinking that way and you change your thought before it manifests. If you give it too much mind power, you like, oh, what happens if the car breaks down? You're starting to give it mind power. You're starting to create what will happen if the car breaks down. Oh, well, then I would do this, and then I would do this, and then I would do this. And then all of a sudden that you've made that a reality to come that will be. Maybe not on the trip that you're thinking, but that whole thing is going to play out just like you played it out in your mind. You're drawing your future from your thoughts. I can show you when we get into deeper classes, I can show you. I can do it on purpose. I'll purposely think some stupid shit and watch you and show you how it manifests. I'm not going to do that right now, but I can show you how thoughts manifest. I will sit in front of scientists and show them how I can make a thought turn into an actual form in front of us. They will pick up the electrical waves. They will see that the thought in the 5D, before it ever materializes, what is they'll see? They'll see the thought turning into a magnetic form in front of us. They'll be able to read the room and see the radiation of this thought. Now, what does it do? Does it actually turn into a planet? No, just like all planets, it's a magnet. So it'll start attracting the very thing that I put it as and bringing it in. That's where the manifestation happens. We don't chase, we attract. So we are attracting that very thing that you're thinking about. And by thinking about it, it's bringing into form from outside. It's a black hole. That thought you've put out there and now it's calling in to create itself. That's how entities are created, bro. Demons and shit. Really? Yeah, these practitioners created a thought. They gave it a name, like Santa Muerte. She is a man-made apparition that gives that derives power from the dark. It's just a dark thought. You gave it a face and a name. So the same people that pray to Lucifer, Satanisms, he's not real. They don't even know what he looks like. They don't see him in his angelic form. Man has told him he's a goat and he's this and he's got the head of a goat and he's a man and he's all this. So they put this image in their head and they create off of this image. It's the same thing you're doing inside of your head. You're creating fairy tales the same way. But they're not coming out how you think. All right, in a reading, justice may indicate a difficult choice with far-reaching consequences. The immediate gratification of desire is tempting. That's it. This is going to have consequences. Not going to work has consequences. Just doing what I'm supposed to is tempting. For example, but what will the long-term consequence be? I get no growth by just going to this job. All I get is exactly what they said they would give me, which is my pay. Nothing more, nothing less. It is no good trying to blame others at a later date for the course of action you have chosen. Reverse meaning. Reverse justice indicates dishonesty, injustice, imbalance. You may feel that you're being treated unfairly, but you need to examine your own role in events and accept some responsibility. I'm seeing Bobby. He's very upset about what's going on right now. The fuck did you think would happen if you pushed me away? I just give up. I just crawl up in a hole and never want to be loved again. Just give up. It's Bobby or nothing. If Bobby doesn't love me, then I have no future, and I'm just going to stay around waiting for Bobby to leave his wife. What the fuck is wrong with you? Have I ever had that mentality? What did you do that made this happen? You were playing games like you always do. I blame myself. I kept blaming myself this whole time that I was pushing you away by trying to love you. That's not pushing someone. This whole time, bro, I kept thinking it was me. I was trying too hard to love you. And that was pushing you away. And I always say that. All I got to do is try hard to love you, and you'll fucking run away. What does that even mean to you, dude? I cannot love you. If I try, you will run. Same as fucking Russ. You don't want love. How about admit that? Or you're running from the very thing you want. And that's what it is. It's like either you run away or you push me away. And I kept saying it was me that was doing this. It was all me. I wasn't taking into consideration your actions that are feeding this shit. It takes two to fucking destroy things. I'll tell you that. And it's fine. It's right back where we start with this. It's always the same fucking shit. It doesn't matter. You can keep doing this. We'll end up right back there with you and your fucking desires and all of this. But, you know what I mean? How am I going to be desiring you when I'm focused on someone else now? The same thing you always say. You always say this. I can't be the man you want. So then I'm leaving to go find the man, to pursue the man. And there you're stuck in this bullshit. And it's like, oh, she's just a... What? The fuck did you want me to do? Why would you even make jokes like that? That's your insecurity, dude. Oh, you should just go be with that guy. That's even a guy that's like, oh, I bet you wish you were with that guy or that guy or that guy. You put that thought out there, dude, and look at what it did. Justice. I don't know. I gotta move on. What do I gotta start with? Oh, God, the worst shit. I gotta do some grocery shopping. Really? Yeah, I told you, dude. I can't fucking feed. I need a full refrigerator to keep them going. I fill that thing up every 2 days, and that kid wipes it out. Really? Everything. I gotta feed him. I've got to feed them. And that's what I was saying, too. I was like, I couldn't be at work all day. I didn't do no shopping. There's like, no. No. Well, good luck to you guys in taking your action. Obviously your mind is all fucked up. If you need some help with that, you can send me an email. I'll help you work through that shit. If not, you can try to work through it yourself, but you just need God. A fresh perspective will always come from outside of yourself, but literally just go outside. That can really help you get some fresh air in you and kind of just work through it. The fears are the fears of the fears. The fears of the mind don't go anywhere. They just live there. Fear lives inside of you, not outside of you. Nothing outside of you should make you feel afraid. You're afraid of the outside. So, deal with the inside, and then maybe you can have a better outside. Yeah? Yep. That's what I did. I had to face my fear. I'm going to go figure out what this fucking frequency that just came through my ear is. Somebody was reaching out. I caught a message. And that's really what it is. It's like, did you feel that? I heard it. I don't know what it was, but I heard it. And that's what it is too, is like, I can feel things. I just don't know what they are until later. And that's being intuitive, being psychic, being sensitive to energy. Really? Yeah. Hey, take action. That's what today's about. It's Mars. You take action. Yesterday you had the inspiration. Today you take the action on the inspiration. And then everything works out lovely. The outcome was what? It was the High Priestess. Oh, this was at the top of the deck. It was at the bottom of the deck. It was the High Priestess. And then it was the Ace of Wands. And the Princess of Wands is all about fucking happiness and all that bullshit. So it's a good outcome. We'll see how it comes out. I will reach out to you guys later. Laters, haters. Good luck with your life, dude. I know it sucks. I try to tell you it's hard. Do the hard work.